Let's go, shining, running forever. We've been moving forward before. I'm sure that our bonds will never have to change. The end of dream shines so brightly. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, heartbeat. We are the one, go ahead.
Wake up.
Freedom is our only compass.
Compass.
We are best friends. We have our roots to our future that has been opened up the path for us. We have been sprinting through every day, go east, go west, that I want to find one after other and everything will be clear. We can't wait now until the morning comes, so why not drag the sun now into the sky? Move on now and get going, go. That's right, shining, running, forever. The pieces of dreams are going to be merge as one. If we feel it, that's our treasure. Let's go, shining, running forever. We have been moving forward before. I'm sure that our bonds will never have to change. Our end of dream shines so brightly. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, heartbeat. We are the one, go ahead. You'll be swallowed by darkness, Straw Hat. I won't lose. I'll find the One Piece and become the king of pirates.
And if they're not drunk by now, then we can welcome them to Horribly Off Topic. Chris, and
I'm Steve.
He's Steve, and that was something. That was something.
I didn't open the beer right next to the microphone.
No, it's all right. I think it still came through.
Good.
I feel like I'm good. All right. When we were testing, I was a little low. I was a little down on myself.
That never happens.
Never happens. No. I was down. I had put myself down. I'd put myself down in the mix.
Yeah, that has never happened before.
No. That really hasn't.
You're getting a little shaggy there.
A little shaggy, yeah. No, I was supposed to get a haircut over spring break, and I didn't.
No. Well, I find it like stressful to get a haircut.
Yeah, me too.
I got one right before the trip. And it was nerve wracking for me. I also, cause like I suck at like getting a haircut and buying clothes and buying shoes, all of which I did in the same day.
That's really. Did you drink? I mean, that might explain why you drank a lot once you got to Chicago.
Yeah, I was just like,
you're stressed
out from buying clothing and getting a haircut and whatnot.
So like we totally fall into the dude stereotype in that way of like dudes,
Dudes be like, I don't want to buy clothes.
I don't want to buy clothes. It's so hard to sit down and get a haircut. I don't have to do anything.
It's not that it's hard for me to sit down and get a haircut because I am very nearsighted.
Yes.
And I typically don't have my glasses on. And then the stylist that I was going to in Air.
Yes.
If from longtime listeners to the show, she's no longer cutting hair, so I had to go to a strange-o.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
That's not nice at all. Yeah, I was seeing.
I wish she would have called and give me a heads up. I don't know if I left my number there though.
Yeah, but Air was a long way away.
Yeah, and they're like, "Do you want to make an appointment and come down with someone else?" I'm like, "No. If I'm gonna get my hair cut, I might as well try to find someplace closer."
Yeah, if it's not it's not gonna be the same old. Yeah, there was somebody that I was seeing to get my hair cut in Manch, Vegas, when I was up that way. And then the first time last summer, I think I've only had 2 haircuts since I moved.
Wow.
And the first one was...
You should grow a mullet. Bring it back.
I mean, bring it to the back. Yeah, no, I had a mullet accidentally once, I think. My brother and I, there's a picture of my brother and I, my brother and me. Picture. My brother and me in the living room at my parents' house.
At least it wasn't Marley and me.
No.
Spoilers, the dog dies.
This picture of John and I, John and me.
I said spoilers before I said the bad thing. Instead of the opposite, which I usually do. The dog died, spoilers.
You're being more considerate.
So they could just hit that 15-second button, maybe, if they hear me say spoilers about a movie that came out way long ago.
Yeah. That where there's a dog
That dies.
That dies.
It's like Old Yeller.
Old Yeller. All the dogs die. Dogs
Yeah.
don't stick around in movies.
Yeah, unless they're ghost dogs.
Ghost
Oh,
dog.
what was that? It was Cop Dog, I think, was the one with the ghost dog.
Okay. It was like a crossover.
And it had Corin Nemec from Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
That's it. That was that.
Looks like Parker Lewis really can lose.
That's a show. That's a show I haven't thought about in a long time. Was that the same? Was he also on? He was in The Stand, the version of The Stand they made in the 90s. Was he not?
He was Harold Lauder.
That's right. Yep. I remember that show. I think I was allowed to like that show.
It wasn't a show. I mean, it was a miniseries.
No, I mean Parker Lewis.
Oh,
I think I was allowed to like Parker Lewis. I think my brother liked it, but he didn't like it so much that it was an offense for me to like it as well.
I think you were probably the right age for that show.
Okay.
I think we were a little young.
Oh, okay. So that's like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right.
That's probably why your brother wasn't like, oh my God, this is great. Because like, I think it came out when we were 10.
Okay.
So you would have been 12.
And so it would have been.
It would probably been more relevant to you because we were still like.
Because I was a loser?
No.
Because I was like Parker Lewis. Oh, wait. No, Parker Lewis couldn't lose. I forgot. Parker Lewis can't lose. So I looked up to him.
Yeah, because he was a cool dude that had like this weird like system of tunnels, and I forget.
And he had a crush on Molly Ringwald. Oh,
was
wait,
she in that?
She in The Stand.
Oh, I did.
Who didn't, right?
In The Stand or just
in general? Just in general. I had a thing for redheads. I really did. Molly Ringwald.
But she wasn't a redhead in The Stand, though.
That's right. That's fucked up. How can you have Molly Ringwald in something and not have her be a redhead?
Well, the thing is, I think she wanted to branch out as an actress.
Oh, I see.
Actor. I mean,
yes.
Everybody's an actor, regardless
Everybody's
of
an
gender.
actor. Everybody's a person, Steve.
I don't know about that. I've seen Donald Trump. I'm not sure if he's a person.
I didn't think we were talking about Mr. Trump anymore.
Whatever.
The future president of the United States.
See, I'm sort of like I think I'm turned around on Donald Trump, and here's why.
Okay.
I think that this country needs to be destroyed. And I think he's the best man for it.
If you think the country needs to be destroyed, I cannot disagree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think like we need to have like we need to build from the bottom up again, and like people like Bernie are going to try to fix things.
Yes,
people like Trump are going to fuck everything up, and there's going to be problems. So yeah, let's do that. Just hope we survive it. Make sure your kids are okay.
Yeah. Where are we gonna?
Maybe you might want to escape to Canada because you have children.
Well, let's see. I mean, what kind of a post-apocalyptic wasteland do you think we're gonna end up with?
I don't think it's going to be like an apocalypse.
Terminator?
I don't think it's going to be like an apocalypse like that. I think it's going to be more like
Warrior?
No, because like I don't think it's all those post-apocalyptic films are
Hunger Games.
Well, I mean, I don't know what
we could end up. I mean, that
like things were really nice in the Hunger Games. Like as far as
wait, they were nice for who? For the kids that got selected to go out.
No. But I'm just saying the environment was still intact. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like it wasn't like
I see
in most post-apocalyptic films where it's just like everything's a barren wasteland.
Yes.
At
least
in like Mad Max or something like that. Max 3 Beyond Thunderdome with Ike Turner. Oh wait, no, Tina Turner.
Ike Turner was in the other one. No, was Ike Turner ever in anything?
Besides Tina?
Yeah, no. I'm sure he was. I mean, maybe that was the source of some of the tension.
Yeah. Because then he decided he needed to hit her.
He needed to hit her because
after he hit her
with
his penis. Domestic assault is not funny, Chris.
It's not funny. I'm just imagining him hitting her with his penis, which is
not like hitting her with his penis, like hitting her with.
Oh,
his
hitting
penis.
Like hitting it,
hitting that. To use the urban parlance
of our times. Hulk Hogan was hitting that apparently. Did you hear about that? So Hulk Hogan. That's why I had my phone earlier.
Okay.
Because that's where
Are you gonna read the Gawker thing?
Yeah. So Hulk Hogan. I was not even aware this was a thing that was happening. But
We haven't talked about wrestling in a while, so here we go.
Gawker hit with additional $25 million in damages over a Hulk Hogan lawsuit. So here's the scoop. Terry Bollea, the retired pro wrestler known as Hulk Hogan, was awarded a total of $25 million in punitive damages on Monday in his invasion of privacy lawsuit against Gawker Media.
Oh, speaking of which, he was in Suburban Commando, which had Christopher Lloyd. Now, when I think it was when we were in Chicago, one of the days we were just kind of like loafing around in the hotel room.
Yeah,
I think Camp Nowhere was on.
Also with Hulk Hogan, or
no,
also
with Christopher Lloyd.
Oh, okay.
So all right, these kids trick their parents into these like elaborate like camps that they're all going to, but really they're just I missed the beginning, so I don't know how they have any sort of interaction with Christopher Lloyd.
Okay,
but I think he's just like a sort of hippie,
he's not inside of
hippies.
He's not hitting.
I hope he wasn't hitting that.
Okay.
But he's sort of like a hippie actor guy, and then they trick.
That's a stretch.
They use the he's not an actor or anything, and they tricked their parents into letting them all go to these different camps. Like one was like a just straighten up and fly right kind of camp, like with like military stuff going on.
Yep.
And there was like an acting one and fat camp and some other things, and then like they were like, oh, we're all gonna go and do this, and then like I don't know, and it was weird because like at the end of the movie the kids are all like, it was our idea, it wasn't this guy, but I'm like, it doesn't matter, like in the eyes of the law, this guy kidnapped several children and brought them to a camp and pretended to be their either dad or camp counselor or wherever else.
Right.
So yeah, I'm like, that guy should have gone to jail.
Probably.
No. Yes.
He should have gone to jail.
He should have gone to jail. I'm just saying, Christopher Lloyd, you're a scumbag for kidnapping those children. Would you want your kids to go off with Christopher Lloyd for an entire summer with minimal supervision?
It depends. Does he have a DeLorean?
Not that Christopher Lloyd. This was a different one.
There's only one Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, you're right.
Does he drive a taxi?
It wasn't that one, no. And he wasn't in a mental institution.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Cuckoo's Nest?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
You've never seen Cuckoo's Nest?
I've never seen Cuckoo's Nest.
Fuck you.
I haven't. I'm sorry.
All right, read this story.
All right. These damages come on top of the $115 million already awarded to Hogan last week, which included a nearly 2-week trial in St. Petersburg, Florida. There, jurors heard how Hogan, 62, had not been contacted by the website, that's Gawker, before it posted a 9-second video clip of the wrestler having sex with the wife of his friend, DJ Bubba the Love Sponge Clem. Hogan has said he didn't know he was being taped.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Why was he friends with him in the first place?
I don't know.
2, why was he fucking his wife?
Why was he fucking the Love Sponge's wife? Was she on the sponge?
I think that was sort of like a cuckold thing that they had going on, where like Bubba was like, oh, I want like Terry to fuck my wife or something like that.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
It was the Love Sponge the one filming it?
Probably, yeah.
Probably. Okay. Gawker Media.
So maybe they had a falling out, and then he gave the video to Gawker. Fine, upstanding journalism that they have there.
Yeah. Gawker itself was hit with $15 million judgment, while its owner, Nick Denton, was personally ordered to pay $10 million in damages. Jury also assessed $100,000 against AJ something or other.
Ray J. Johnson.
The Gawker editor who decided to post the edited sex video and wrote the post that accompanied it. Hogan sued Gawker after it posted a video of him having sex with his then best friend's wife.
Best friends, so yeah, they did have a falling out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty astute, Chris. Don't ever sell me short.
I would never sell you short. I would never sell you tall or long or hard.
You're gross.
During brief arguments on Monday, Gawker's lawyer pleaded that Friday's verdict, awarded for economic harm and emotional distress, was already, quote, debilitating, unquote, for the company. but Hogan's attorney argued that jurors were in a position to, quote, send a message, unquote, and deter others, asking jurors to add punitive damages. Jurors have an ability to send a message, Turkle said, adding that Gawker acted with reckless disregard when it posted an edited version of the sex video. Later on down the line, your verdict will send a chill down the spine of writers, producers, and publishers, Michael Sullivan, who is representing Gawker, added. So I'm curious. The reason I wanted to bring this up, aside from, making a joke about Hulk Hogan,
Banging Bubba the Love Sponge. I can't
just
say
Bubba.
hitting Bubba's wife.
Hitting Bubba's wife. I was curious. You're a believer in the First Amendment, right?
Yes, I am.
So Hogan is suing this publishing company, which would
This amazing journalistic integrity, Gawker.com.
And has won. Should he have won? I mean, should they have the right to publish this article with this clip that they've somehow acquired?
Okay, so if they acquire the clip and do not have the permission of the people in the clip, all the people in the clip,
right,
to air it anywhere, whether it be on a website or whatever,
right,
then they are basically opening themselves for a massive lawsuit.
Right. If it had been a video of Hogan doing that in public, captured by somebody, then it would be a different story
because then he's like, well, like what are you gonna do? Like, but this is something that happened in private. Like, when I believe that people should be able to say whatever the hell they want, but there should be consequences for saying something that like saying, here's this guy fucking this guy's wife.
You also believe in libel and those sorts of things.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Like there should be legal consequences for publishing something that you have no permission to do.
I agree. I mean, I'm there with you.
Like if you had, well, I'll not use you. Well, it's like if a friend of ours had a sex tape. Okay. And then it somehow ended up at the Lowell Sun. Well, let's just say a friend of ours that has some sort of political clout or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think this person exists. This hypothetical person
we went to high school with who
made
a sex tape.
Yeah, made a sex tape and runs this in a local political office or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
running for selectman.
Yeah, a selectman of Chelmsford Selectmen. Let's just say that. This person doesn't exist really.
This person, they were caught with their pants around their ankles, fucking somebody behind the old ginger ale plant.
The old ginger ale plant is a bank now.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That's not a. Oh yeah, there is a bank there. There's a bank there. Well, whatever.
Getting local for you.
You're saying people can't fuck somebody behind a bank?
Usually there's cameras outside of banks, so I don't think that's a good idea.
So maybe they're further away. Maybe they're behind the Bertucci's at the other end of that plaza.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if there's a bank anywhere nearby, or maybe you don't want people tunneling under. Under the Bertucci's.
You don't want people tunneling behind the bank, if you know what I'm saying, either.
Is that butt sex?
Why'd you have to go there? Tunneling could refer to any type of penetration.
Any sort of gaping hole is what you're saying.
Any sort of penetration. Anyway, so somebody is fucking behind the ginger ale plaza. And
get the ginger ale plaza out of this.
All right.
There's a private sex tape video that this person has.
Private sex tape. This person was filmed accidentally. Was filmed by somebody.
Not accidentally, intentionally.
All right, intentionally. This person's filmed in the old Route 3 cinema before they tore it down. They snuck in there. They had a Jones for the good old days when they used to have sex in the back seat with their feet sticking to the floor and the popcorn all over the place. They just went in there. They're not even thinking back then, like 10, 15 years ago, that they're going to run for selectman. So they make a sex tape in the back of the old Route 3.
Yeah, like on an old VHS. It's not even on
VHS. Yes, absolutely. And then they're tossing stuff into their garbage, into their recycling or whatever, and their tape gets stolen.
Yes,
their tape gets stolen, and somebody from the Lowell Sun purchases it off of eBay or not. Depends on when it happened. Probably Craigslist now. And now the tape is at the Lowell Sun.
Yes. So if they, on their terrible website, because most newspapers have the worst website ever.
Yes, especially local newspapers.
Especially local. It's like, oh, I want to, like, somebody I knew died. Let me go online to see if I can find the obit. This is not easy.
No.
This just crashed my computer.
Yeah.
It has more malware on it than, like, a porn site.
Yes.
But yeah, so they get their hands on it and post like the like a censored version of the video, but with, like, not censoring the faces, but censoring the genitalia or something
censoring
like that.
the tunneling, the penetration.
Yeah. So if they put that up, it, like, ruin this guy's life and career.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What if this guy was like I mean, if it was consensual, if it was like 10 years ago, what the hell's why does it matter?
Why does it matter? I
mean, why did okay? I think the bigger
he broke into their old Route 3 cinema.
Well, whatever. You had to just put something illegal in there just so, like, it would be a problem. There's a statute of limitations.
There's a statute of limitations, sure. I'm just trying to add a little color to the story. That's all.
Okay. So the question more is why, as a society, do we find this shit fascinating? That's we want to watch it. Why do we want to fucking see the downfall of people?
I don't know. It's something that it's some. I heard somebody on a podcast talking about not this, but something related. Few weeks ago, they were trying to talk about our fascination with celebrities and what is it from a purely, like, evolutionary biology standpoint that makes us want to, or maybe it was popularity, I don't know, what makes us want to be around the person who is successful, and so by extension.
I, in fact, like, well, not necessarily, but, like, if I find that someone is very, I don't know, wealthy or whatever else, it's actually, and they flaunt it.
Yeah.
And they
well, so
that's something that is a revulsion to me.
Right. So that's why I was saying it wasn't exactly related.
Like Kim Kardashian, like the less I hear about her, in fact, I want to stop talking about her the moment I finish this sentence.
Okay.
The less I hear about her, this is a run-on sentence.
I don't know. I could try to put the punctuation in there. Let's see. There's a semicolon.
Try to do a transcript of that.
Maybe a parenthetical in there somewhere.
So the less I hear about her, the better. But I like hearing about things that are good. Maybe.
Right. So what I would say is, we have on one side, we have a fascination with the successful people, just successful people in general, because if you're
Hulk Hogan is one heck of a success.
If you're a hunter gatherer and you're out there and you see ages and ages ago, and you see somebody who's consistently bringing in meat to the fire every night, and that guy shares the meat at the fire, you're like, I like that guy. I want to hang out with that guy from a purely evolutionary standpoint. If I hang out with the guy who's always bringing the meat back, I will
continue to survive.
Right? Whereas we see the same guy, he's always bringing the meat back. We kind of at first want to hang out with that guy, but he hoards it all to himself. We're actually, from an evolutionary standpoint, we want to see that guy fail
because he's a dick.
And so,
but
maybe
is Terry Hulk Hogan really a dick?
I don't know. He has a dick.
Ask Bubba the Love Sponge.
Yes, I think Bubba the Love Sponge would say one thing, and maybe everyone. I get the impression he is kind of a dick from people who follow or continued to follow wrestling for a long time. That he's the type of person who made sure that certain people had to throw matches against him, and this, that, and the other thing, and.
Well, the thing is, like, it was all entertainment anyways, and so that's the thing where like. Wrestling is something that we can watch that seems real but isn't.
Yes.
And so, like, the weird crappy drama that they're writing just can sort of satiate that need.
Yeah. So I don't know. Anyway.
So stop paying attention to real celebrities. Watch something shitty like wrestling or a soap opera or whatever else, and cut the shit, guys. Gawker, stop publishing people's sex tapes and stop existing. You're a fucking bunch of parasites.
Well, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will eventually with ad blockers. I mean, ad blockers on mobile and on regular computers are going to be the death of quite a few sites like that publish things for free and that rely on advertising as their sole income. And eventually, everyone's gonna whatever. I'm not gonna get up on my fucking soapbox.
Get up there, Chris. I want to see you up there.
Because I'm wearing.
It's not the soap that I was standing on, not the box.
No, I just think I'm sure they will disappear because eventually all the people who are going to go there are going to, people who go to Gawker are probably not smart enough to install ad blockers, but enough people will install ad blockers. They'll come standard on phones. They'll come standard on computers that you're not going to be able to make your money that way. And if you decide to put up a big fucking banner that says, please turn off your ad blocker, you're hurting us, you're probably going to get people going elsewhere.
So what advertising companies need to start doing is just is hiring people like individuals to like be in social situations and talk about their products. I mean, that's the only way they can do it from now on.
That's a pretty good way to do it. I mean,
and I agree with that more than ads on your computer or ads on money, because this is something that's going to employ people.
Yes,
those are jobs of talking about.
I mean, like you could
how much that their life is better because of Kraft singles.
Yeah, I mean, so Kraft, like right now, if Kraft wanted to, instead of put a banner ad on the side of a page that's going to get blocked, Kraft could go out and
they could talk to us,
they could talk to a couple podcasters
and say I love grilled cheese, especially with Kraft singles,
especially with Kraft singles, Kraft American singles, the white ones.
Yeah, I mean the yellow ones are good too. I mean, I just sometimes I like putting me and spicy. I like putting a little bit of like a little hot sauce on there when I'm making the grilled cheese. Ugh. Oh, it's good. I mean, it doesn't taste at all fake.
No, not at all.
It tastes like real
Kraft
cheese.
American single.
Yeah. I sometimes I'll make some like a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
And I'll melt one of the Kraft singles on top of it when it's done. Holy shit.
Sometimes
you're gonna be like in like food orgasm land.
Sometimes I'll put a little bit of Kraft.
I become more cynical as I go on with this charade. And just so you know, we were not paid by the Kraft Corporation to talk about all the things that we just talked about. That was improv, kids.
Do you make grilled cheese a lunch?
I do like a grilled cheese, but Becky is better at it. Becky is better at making most food. I'm good at boiling pasta.
I can't remember. Do you drink coffee?
No.
Does she drink coffee?
Yes. Okay. But we have a Keurig. So.
Oh, you have a Keurig. So I got a story about this. Making food was what got me thinking about it.
Keurig, it's a great coffee maker.
It's a great coffee maker.
You just put the little pod right in there, slap it shut, and then it makes a cup of coffee for you.
Makes a cup of coffee for you.
It's brilliant. I mean, like, Keurig, you're probably one of the best corporations out there.
Yeah. They have the Keurig Cold now.
Yeah, you can make iced tea or soda.
Absolutely.
Just like the Soda Stream that you used to have.
Yeah.
But better, because it's made by Keurig.
Because it's made by Keurig.
We should just call this episode Corporate Shills.
Last October, we had on my wife's side of the family. There's a bunch of birthdays in October, in or around October, and we had a big birthday party, including mine, and my wife's and my sister-in-law's. And my sister-in-law bought Stephanie and I a Brookstone single, like not a Keurig, but essentially like the idea is the same, where it's got a little pod that you can put whatever you want into it. And that's their marketing scheme, is like, you don't have to buy all these little pods. You can put whatever you want in this thing.
Well, just so people know, we have the Keurig pod that's like reusable. You can put your own whatever coffee. You can put Folgers in there. Folgers is a good coffee to put in there.
Folgers, yeah.
Yeah,
the best part of waking up.
It's Folgers in your cup.
Yeah, that's
something that I say every morning when I don't drink it because I don't drink coffee, but I do enjoy a nice Lipton tea. Lipton, England's favorite tea since 18 something or other.
So she gave us this thing, and it sat in a box on top of our refrigerator for a very, very long time.
Oh, by the way, I just opened a Narragansett beer, which is sold on merit. Narragansett Lager, fueling horribly off topic since 2000 and what was 2 years ago?
14.
2014.
I can't. So we get this coffee maker, which theoretically could also be used for tea and hot chocolate. I think she got it for us for the tea and the hot chocolate because she knew neither of us drank coffee. But a couple weeks ago, I see it sitting up there. We still haven't taken it down. I'm like, you know what? Who have only had coffee a couple times in my life, both of those times on stage, I'm going to actually try to make myself some coffee and see if maybe I like coffee.
Yeah,
maybe.
if it's hot, like not lukewarm sitting on stage all night.
Right. Maybe I'll like it. Let's give it a whirl. So I'm at the store and I buy some Starbucks. I forget. It was like Starbucks with caramel, and I was like, maybe the caramel will help it a little bit. And I
got a little bit of a sweet tooth. We all know that.
Yeah. You know, I bring it home. It takes me another 2 days. It takes me another day to set up the thing. It takes me a day after that to find an extension so that I can plug it into the wall because I don't have enough outlets. And then finally on the third day, Jesus rises from the dead. No,
that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Because yesterday was Good Friday.
Yeah, yesterday's where they nailed him to the fucking cross, man.
Apparently saying Happy Good Friday is not a good thing.
Why is it good? It's good.
It's
good.
It's good that he's dead.
It's good that he's dead. Fuck that guy.
Was that what Judas said?
And the two thieves he rode in on. So I finally have the pseudo Keurig from Brookstone set up, and I'm reading the instructions, and they are very unclear as to. They say refer to your box of coffee, not box of coffee, but refer to
condoms.
Refer to your
Trojan condoms, helping people fucked since whenever they started making the condoms.
Ribbed for your pleasure.
And or lubricated just in case it's a sandbox down there. Sandbox.
Which is not what Molly Ringwald has. She had a fiery box, not a sandy box. All right, that was terrible. So I finally, it says refer to the package of coffee for how much you're supposed to put in there. So I kind of guess it. I'm like, all right, let's give this a whirl, and I put it into the reusable pot, and I push the button, and it starts
percolating.
Starts percolating. I've put the water in there, and what comes out is like 16 ounces, 12 ounces. I don't know. It's into one of those travel mugs, and I look at it, and it's very, very clear looking. Like it looks like coffee, but it looks very, very thin. It doesn't look very brown or what. I don't know. I don't know what coffee is supposed to look like because I don't drink coffee. So
it's supposed to be brown.
Yeah. So I give it a taste, and it tastes a little bit like
slightly brown water.
No, yeah, it tastes a little bit like sipping out of a puddle. Is the best that I can do. So
when was the last time you sipped out of a puddle? Did someone trip you and you were like, well, I'm thirsty?
I don't know. When I was a little kid, I remember like playing in the mud. I probably sipped out of a puddle there when I was a little kid or something. I don't know.
I hope it wasn't Christopher Lloyd playing in your mud. Gross.
Better than Hulk Hogan. I mean, he's got the 16-inch pythons. 16?
Is that his dick?
No, his arms. Maybe his.
You wouldn't want that upside.
No. So I pour out the coffee. I said that tastes a little bit like brown water. Let's give this another whirl. And I put more coffee in and less water, figuring that might help. And what comes out is even grosser and doesn't taste any better.
It would be more gross, Chris.
Yeah. So I pour that out, and then I spent the next half an hour, which I didn't really have because I had to get on the road to get to work. I spent the next half an hour trying to cleanse the smell of coffee out of my kitchen because I was like, I don't want to come home and smell this. I've decided I don't like coffee now.
Why didn't you just baby steps and go to Dunkin' Donuts? America and horribly off topic runs on Dunkin's.
I don't know. That's a good point. Because I would be embarrassed to order it. Because I don't know how to order coffee because I don't drink coffee.
Okay, so a regular coffee is with cream and sugar,
right? And I get the impression that so I'm on kind of a health kick, and I get the impression like coffee in and of itself has caffeine. Caffeine boosts your metabolism, and coffee in and of itself, without anything added to it, is not that high in calories. So
it's 0 calories.
Yeah,
in fact.
So I was like, then that's perfect.
Why don't you drink iced tea instead?
Because I hate the taste of tea too.
Tea too? What about the first one?
I don't know. Arnold looked pretty buff in that one. I could probably.
Dun 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 dun.
And Linda Hamilton. I mean, you see Linda Hamilton.
Pick up Terminator 2 on Blu-ray.
So I don't know. So yes. So you were saying a regular coffee is cream and sugar. Okay.
Yeah. Or you could get Splenda or what's the other one? Sweet and Low.
Sweet and Low, which I think is aspartame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you drink diet soda, I mean,
I
it's
do.
the same shit.
Yeah. So I mean, I could, but the cream I'm sure adds a whole bunch.
You don't have to have cream in it then.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. So on the second cup, I forgot to say this. On the second cup, I went downstairs and my parents drink coffee. They have
tea. They
have a sugar bowl. I don't. It's bland. It's bland and it's bitter. I don't like bitter tasting things. That's the same reason I don't like beer.
What kind of tea do you get?
There was a tea. So when I worked at an office for a couple years in 2010,
you get one of those fruity teas that like lemon zinger.
I could do that. That might be.
It's like a beverage that has a little bit of flavor to it.
Yeah.
Celestial seasonings.
But it doesn't have as much caffeine as coffee, right?
It doesn't have any.
Okay. See, that's the thing. I need the caffeine. What I'm looking for.
Get some Earl Grey tea. Be
I'm
like Patrick Stewart.
For the caffeine, I could do that. I'm looking for the
that has
caffeine
a
to
nice...
help me metabolize.
Well, just take caffeine pills.
I could do that. I don't think they.
I
sell
don't want
those
you to
anymore.
end up in the fucking hospital.
No, I don't want to do that.
Hardly
I'm
off
so
topic,
excited.
I'm so
scared.
She was on an episode of New Girl recently.
Was she?
Yeah.
She was on. She was in that strip club movie. Drink.
I'm not taking the bait.
I'm not
taking the bait for
I'm
showgirls.
And
that's not about strip clubs. It's about being a showgirl.
It's about being a
different.
dancer.
Being a dancer, which she was trying to do, and all those pills. Where the fuck was Saved by the Bell supposed to be? Bayside.
Depends
High.
on as it turns out. Depends on which season you're talking about. Good Morning Miss Bliss, which was the first. Which if you go to Saved by the Bell on Netflix right now, it recycles Good Morning Miss Bliss and includes it as if it were part of Saved by the Bell. That took place in Indiana, but Saved by the Bell, once they like season 2 on, that's in California.
So there's a problem with the continuity right off the bat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the last season of Saved by the Bell, most of it takes place with this tough girl who just comes in just for that season, and she then disappears for like the last episode or two, and they bring back all of the girls who had been in the show prior. Just for like graduation and whatnot. There are continuity problems in Saved by the Bell. That's just par for the course.
Well, there was a lot of years that they were in high school.
Yes. That's like my wife is watching Glee right now, and I noticed Glee on Netflix is 6 seasons, and I was like, how does that work?
Well, I guess the kids graduate, right?
I would imagine, but it looked like they had mostly the same cast. So I don't know. I don't know how it works. I actually like that show. I kind of wish that I was sitting down and watching it with her, but she has a lot more patience to binge watch things than I do.
Why? Because you're...
I'm a workaholic, and I'm not fun.
Yeah.
I did watch all of Daredevil over the last week or so.
That's good.
I did not watch Batman versus Superman.
I want to watch it. Like, I don't know. I am such a goddamn contrarian. Like, it's not even funny anymore. Like, like every review online is like, this is the worst pile of shit since ever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I'm sure it's good. You guys are wrong.
No, I'm sure they're right, but I don't know that like them saying things like that are just like earworm gets in there, and they're like, maybe you should go and see that movie, Steve.
Maybe. I want to see it. I think I'm really confused because I have 2 friends who I've seen review it or give kind of little micro reviews on Twitter and Facebook. One of them,
like just like a micro penis,
like Hulk Hogan.
He had a micro penis in that video. Did you watch it?
No.
Oh.
No. But I mean, he's fucking a sponge. There's not a lot of room, right?
What? No, he wasn't fucking.
He's fucking Mrs. Sponge.
I don't think that was. I don't think that was her actual or her married name.
All right.
I think it was probably Bubba, or I don't even know if Bubba is his in fact name. So I think whatever. Enough. Go.
So I had two friends, one of whom wrote that he liked it.
You had two friends? That means you don't anymore?
One friend wrote that he liked it. There were some parts that he didn't like, but in general, he actually kind of liked it. And he's somebody who I expect to be kind of hypercritical. He's somebody who I've seen tear to shreds other movies, including comic book movies, not because he hates them, but because he loves comic books and he wants to see these things done well. Another guy said it was the worst movie he's ever seen. He hasn't hated a movie that much since watching some Serbian film ages ago, and his one sentence non-spoiler review is that he wants to punch Zack Snyder
I'm
face.
sorry, like, if he has a problem with Serbia and their film community, but the country of Serbia is a sponsor.
It's like,
Go to Serbia and see all the sites, all the Serbians.
brought to you by the Serbian Tourism Board.
Yes, please come to Serbia. We have lots of shit for you to see. I don't know anything specific because I'm making this up.
Oh my God. Who else sponsors us this week, Steve?
Just let it come out naturally, Chris.
All right. So there's a few other things on our list here that I wanted to run through. I don't have any sort of ham-fisted transition or any fist of ham to transition. Gross. Because
Speaking of ham, it's Easter tomorrow, and for
the
some unknown
Hormel
reason,
Company.
we eat ham.
Eat spam.
No ham.
Ham.
If you're Hawaiian, I guess, like, you're into spam, or if you're like,
if you're a hipster,
one of those Monty Python kids that never grew up and apparently just was like, oh, spam eggs, spam, spam, and spam, and spam, and spam, and spam. Proud sponsor of Horribly Off Topic.
Oh, good old Hormel Company, yeah. So,
And not like the generic potted meat food product.
no,
I'm talking about spam here, buddy.
talking about spam, like real spam.
Fucking hamburger burps. I'm surprised you haven't said anything yet.
I'm far enough away, I think.
Okay.
So, Chicago. You were saying before we started recording the show that there were a couple of things you forgot to say about Chicago.
And there's still one or two things that I
was wondering if maybe it came up like during the show you remembered.
I'm drinking beer, killing more brain cells. I don't think that's going to help me remember more.
All right. But you said there was at least one thing that you remembered that you forgot.
Yes. The convention center that we had to go to, it was approximately like a 35-minute walk.
Okay.
And I wanted to get there quicker than that. So there was a shuttle from the hotel to the convention center.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever. I'll just take the shuttle.
Yeah.
And it was one of those tourist shuttles that has like benches.
Yeah.
And you don't remember me talking about this at all.
I don't remember. We recorded.
Whatever.
The
We'll
episode.
talk about it twice. I don't care.
Yeah, okay.
Either that or once. I'm not sure. I don't even remember what I did last week. Neither do you.
No.
Maybe we should get Nature's Own ginkgo biloba, which helps with your memory.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Nature's Own ginkgo biloba. We don't take it, obviously, because we can't remember shit.
Take our word for it.
Take
do
our
as we
word
say,
for it.
Not as we do.
Take this shit. We can never remember to take it because we're dumb assholes.
Some of the listeners, we'll get to this, but some of the listeners of this show have better memories than us. Maybe they're the ones that are taking the ginkgo biloba from Nature's Own.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
Their knowledge of history and our lack of.
Yeah. So you're on a shuttle.
So we're on the shuttle, and I had only been in town for like maybe 3 days or so. Mm-hmm. And so, but I knew how to get to the convention center. Sorry, I have a throat bubble. Ah! How did that sound?
That sounded great.
So he missed the exit to go to the convention center, and then he missed the next possible option, and then we're on the highway headed towards St. Louis, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm like, I don't want to go to fucking St. Louis.
What the fuck's in Missouri? Nothing.
Yeah, you're right. The arch. It's only one arch. It's not like
not golden.
The golden arches.
No.
McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Try their new dollar menu. There's mozzarella sticks. Yeah, you can dip them in the little sauce. It's great.
Yeah. If you're Hulk Hogan, you can dip them in the love sponge.
Yes, you could do that, but don't. Because then Gawker Media will publish a video and you'll have to spend a whole shitload of money on litigation. And then eventually you'll win the suit. And then maybe you can just retire Hulk's Hogan's. So yeah, we're driving around and he keeps on missing. Like now I had pulled up the GPS and I'm like, is he? And I'm like, he seemed like just generally pissed off.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to say, hey, can you go the right way that this says?
Right.
But I just pulled up the GPS to see how many opportunities he had to get us back on track to go to where we were going.
Yeah.
And how many of those he failed.
Yeah.
And it was
Did you,
at least
turn
5.
on the speaker so it would say recalculating.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I should have. So he eventually gets us there, and it takes approximately 45 to 50 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes longer than it would have taken if I had walked. And I would have gotten the exercise that I sorely needed because I had been drinking for a week.
Poor Steve.
Yeah.
Poor Steve. You know what exercise I did this week?
What did you do?
This week I looked at a flow chart.
How is that exercise?
It's an exercise. It's a mental exercise, Steve.
Well, I exercise at Planet Fitness, where they have the lunk alarm. Don't set it off and be a dick at Planet Fitness. Work out like a normal person. Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. The mental exercise I did involved a flow chart, which I will put into the show notes, which can be found at clarkwoods.com/hot/87.
Yeah, that's the episode number.
The title
Are you going to write down all the companies that I plugged today?
Oh, God. Make a lot of work for myself. No, the title of the flow chart is Who Should I Vote For? Now, as we've spoken about, I was a Hillary person. I will vote Democratic, whoever the Democratic nominee is. That's been my position. But you kind of made me feel the burn, and I'm
going to make you feel the Trump so we can get things sufficiently fucked up.
But who should I vote for?
Feel the tea. So
this flowchart begins at the top. It says, "Is shit broken?" So which would you say, yes or no?
I would say yes.
You would say yes. Yes. So then would you say who did it? Would you say Mexicans, Muslims, and Black Lives Matter? Or would you say rich people?
I would say rich people.
All right, so you vote for Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, okay. So that's with my heart, but with my...
So let's take a thought experiment down the other tree.
Yeah.
Let's say you did think it was Mexicans, Muslims, and Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
The next question would then be, when is Jesus coming back? Would you say you dunno or next week?
I would say I don't know.
So you're voting for Trump.
Yeah, obviously.
All right. If you said next week, you'd be voting for Cruz. So I found this to be a very interesting experiment. Now, if you went all the way back up the tree, shake the leaves, shake the papaya down, and you said no, shit is not broken, then it comes down to one more question. Are women people?
I guess yes.
All right, so you're voting for Clinton.
No.
Now, if you'd said no, you're voting for Kasich.
Who's Kasich?
John Kasich.
The guy that...
The governor.
The guy in the cars?
Something. What?
Rico Kasich?
Bum, bum. Okay, fucking I was like, why can't I have like it's so easy to do.
Get the Cars greatest hits on iTunes.
the guys from was it Mad TV who did Corky and the Juice Pigs? You ever see that sketch?
That sounds...
Corky and the Juice Pigs, they did a thing called The Only Gay Eskimo. And in the end of it, they do a bunch of impressions. And they're like, oh, or we could do it like Rico Kasich from the Cars. And it goes, I'm the only gay Eskimo. Uh-oh, I'm the only one I know. I'm the only gay Eskimo. And she used to be my
Where'd you pull that gem out of? Why do you remember that? Why did you watch Matt TV?
I didn't.
Matt TV.
I was in
watch it on Hulu Plus.
I was in a bar senior week of my senior year, and there were these two guys, Ty and Raj, and they played at the I think it was the Chit Chat. Maybe was it the Chit Chat?
Chit Chat.
The Chit Chat in Haverhill, Massachusetts. I think it was the Chit Chat was where we all went. And they with a Ty and Raj blues experience, and they played a cover of The Only Gay Eskimo. And
so
then,
now you're aware of this, and so you checked it out.
yeah, and so like a year or two later, when Kazaa was all the thing, I went online and I looked up The Only Gay Eskimo, and I downloaded a copy, and I still to this day have it in my iTunes library. In fact, I could put it right here
in the show notes,
or just play it.
You could.
I could, but I might get in trouble. But I don't think it's actually I don't think it's actually available anywhere legally anywhere. Anywhere. Anyway, so Rick Ocasek from the Cars, John Kasich. I was going back up the tree to find out where the fuck we went off topic.
No.
All right, so there's a few other things, but we have about 10 minutes left in the show.
Should we do emails?
We should do emails unless you want to talk about bathroom bills or Bernie Sanders or the Piano Man.
Is bathroom bill like the bill that allows like men to blow each other in the bathroom?
Yes.
Then
No, there was a bill that was passed in North Carolina this week that I think the goal of it, my understanding is the goal of it was to keep I get the definitions. People who were born biologically male but who identify as female, keep them out of women's restrooms.
All right. So, I mean, I understand to a certain extent because despite being represented as a female, they still have a sort of male brain that it can be more scummy, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
want to put down my gender much, but like, there's a lot of scummy guys out there that will go into a ladies' room to like, maybe sneak a little peek at a twat or a tit. I don't know why they would have their boobs out.
I don't know why they would have their
twat or a tit.
Boobs out either.
That's what we should call the episode.
No swears in the titles. I see where you're coming from, but I think there are there are probably more men doing rude, raunchy, terrible shit in the men's room than there are men wandering into the ladies' room.
Well, then, like women, you stay out of the men's room. Oh wait, we can't say that.
No, I mean it's the same concept. Like a guy is not, if it is a transgender individual who identifies.
What if it's a transgender child?
Well, you can take children into the other restroom with you. Even
I don't
as
know
a
if
parent.
You should do that.
My girls have to go into the restroom with me all the time.
That was a good bit that Louis C.
It freaks me the fuck out, but they got to go to the bathroom, and I'm the only one with them.
Yeah, there was a bit that Louis.
Not my older one. Sorry, I just wanted to correct. I now have a 10-year-old. I don't want people to think I don't let my 10-year-old go into the bathroom by herself. If my 10-year-old is there, she takes her sister in. I stand outside the bathroom. They go into the ladies' room. If it's just me and my 5-year-old, I take her in.
Okay. Well,
anyway.
There's a good bit that Louis C.K. has.
Go ahead.
About that, and I'm not going to try to replicate it, but find it online and listen to it, and it's funny.
Okay.
Or watch it. I think it's in one of his specials.
All right. But now I have to probably find it to put it in the notes.
You don't have to.
I don't have to, but I'm an asshole, and I feel
Louis C.K. Chewed Up, I think maybe is the one, or maybe Live at the Something or Other, or maybe one of the other ones.
One of the other ones.
Support him. He's a funny guy.
And Piano Man was added to Library of Congress.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That was the other one that we didn't get to, but yeah.
There was also like 24 other songs, but I think that is the most notable of all of them.
Especially since everyone gives me shit for the fact that I once did that at karaoke.
Well, the thing is it's a terrible song.
For karaoke or just in general?
In general. Like it's a depressing, terrible song, and people that unironically sing it when it comes on at a bar are maybe too into their own
Paul is a real estate novelist.
Sadness to realize that they're actually sad.
He never had time for a wife.
I mean it's drunks at a bar that are sad that don't
He's over there, he's talking with Davey who's still in the Navy.
I want to dump the rest of my beer on your head, but I don't want to waste it.
You probably will be for life, Steve.
I want to waste this delicious Narragansett lager on the top of your head.
But you could sing us a song instead.
Shut up.
I mean, you are the Piano Man.
I am not the Piano Man.
Email!
Speaking of, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
So we're going to have a little bit of stuff to talk about next week. Because next Friday, April 1st.
Is my daughter's birthday.
Is it?
My younger daughter, yeah.
Oh, well, it's also the day we are going to Chicopee, Massachusetts, to the Hukilau to see John Valby, a.k.a. Dr. Dirty, who's he plays the piano and he sings dirty songs.
Are you going to make a request for his dirty version of Piano Man?
He might just he might just do it regardless of what I say.
All right, so we will have stuff to talk about.
So yeah, next week. Next Friday, we're gonna be doing that, and it should be an experience. The thing is, like the reason why we decided to get tickets is we were having a conversation with some friends one night, and I was talking about Otto and George.
Yeah,
I've spoken about him before. Like Otto is the guy, George is the puppet, and he's like a funnier version of he's funny, and Jeff Dunham is not. If you actually like Jeff Dunham, I'm sorry for ruining.
I'm sorry for
your worldview.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you're a human being. You should go kill yourself.
Wow, that is way too harsh. If I hear local great person killed themselves because they
like Jeff Dunham.
Yeah, don't kill yourself. Stop it.
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, we want to get sued by Terry Hulk Hogan? He loves Jeff Dunham.
He's best friends with him now. He doesn't have the love sponge anymore.
Yeah, he fucks his puppet. The terrorist one. It's not libel because we're joking, right?
Now I'm imagining Hogan tearing his shirt off.
It's not libel at all because we're saying it out loud.
He's in the middle of the ring. He's tearing his shirt off. I am a real American, and the puppet is bent over on top of a stool. And Roddy Piper is over there in the corner, and he's like, "Go get him, Hulk!"
And the jalapeno puppet is licking his asshole.
Hogan,
and he's like, that's a little too spicy.
He's like, he tears off his shirt, and he's like, you know what? I got something extra for you. He reaches down to his shorts, and he tears them in half too, and then he starts.
And then he rips a phone book in half.
He starts fucking the puppet.
All right, you can go on with the email.
So our first email came.
Dear Chris and Steve, how do you type with boxing gloves on your hands?
First email came to us from Leo on the 21st with the subject line "Conquistadors."
and like most of our emails starts with
no, they said, okay, so I listened to this episode a little late. Sorry for the tardy email. With that out of the way, you guys are morons.
There we go. That's what I was hoping for.
Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day, but instead celebrates Mexican victory over the French, not Spanish conquistadors, at the Battle of Puebla. This battle was actually significant for the USA as well as Mexico. If the French had not encountered resistance from the Mexicans at this battle, it is believed that they would have used Mexico as a launching pad to effect the American Civil War on the side of the Confederacy.
Launchpad McQuack.
Mm-hmm. If there had been no Cinco de Mayo, then the Union might well have lost the Civil War. Remember that the next time some dumbass suggests building a wall across our southern border. I guess I know which.
But
if
we get the Mexicans to pay for it, then what's the harm,
But you know what? You can't get things for free, Steve.
Yeah.
Also, it would be silly for an Irish person to be offended by non-Irish celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, really, Leo?
St. Patrick himself was born in Britain, not Ireland, and I believe his family came from Rome. He was enslaved by the Irish at an early age and returned there when he was older to convert the people who had enslaved him. That's all for now, guys. Keep up the good work and the factually inaccurate stories.
Fuck you, buddy.
Next email came to us from Brian on the 22nd with the subject line.
Hold on. We can interpret history however we want to, or our lack of knowledge of it. So just because you know that those things were true doesn't mean you're better than us.
No, not at all.
The fact that you're better than us is probably the reason
indicative
why.
of that. Brian's email titled Chicago begins, I'm less than 5 minutes into this week's podcast. Ellipsis. Next line, all caps, It's the Windy City! Exclamation point.
We know that. I was there. It was very windy. But I also there's like the moniker that we got we call Boston Beantown.
That's true.
Isn't there something else that Boston is known by?
T-Town?
Start of the revolution.
Cheatertown?
Cheatertown?
Yeah.
Oh, because we apparently deflated some balls and apparently
didn't deflate Hogan's balls.
no, we didn't because he plugged that love sponge as lady parts. I don't know what.
There are some other ones. The Cradle of Liberty. Is
Cradle
that
of
us?
Filth.
Cradle of Civilization.
Yes, that's
That's the Tigris in the Euphrates.
Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia.
Yeah.
Mesopotamia. Brian had
Rosetta Stone.
Brian had one.
Get Rosetta Stone today. Learn a foreign language. Rosetta Stone. You can learn French really quick, so you can move to Canada once dipshit becomes president.
Yes. He had a bird land on his.
That's a different person. I was not talking about Bernie Sanders when I said dipshit.
Oh well, you were just saying earlier you're going to vote for Trump. I thought you totally switched side. I thought you
No,
done a
I'm
heel
not
turn.
going to vote for Trump. All right, I'm just making
heel turn like Hulk Hogan on Bubba the Love Sponge.
Jesus Christ, dude. I'm drinking. You are not.
Brian,
You're getting just punchy, I think.
I'm getting punchy. Brian had one more email from later in the same day. I think probably from later and listened to the same episode titled Vegetables. And he said, yes, that made it in. Our parents sucked at making vegetables. It's worth repeating.
Okay.
Boiled cabbage is delicious. If you put carrot, rutabaga, turnip, and potatoes into your corned beef and cabbage, it's called New England boiled dinner.
Well, they didn't call it that in Chicago. They called it
Corned beef and cabbage.
corned beef and cabbage with other stuff.
With other stuff.
With potatoes and
Because
carrots and
fuck
shit.
New England.
Well, you know, they have the Bears. They have the Cubs.
We did not bury the Bears.
Oh, they crushed us
Yes.
good back
the
in
Bears buried
1995.
us.
Yes, they fucked us like we
Don't.
were Leo DiCaprio.
Oh, okay. No, you knew that. I was like, I thought we've probably overdone by a little bit the Hulk Hogan thing.
They fucked us like Leo DiCaprio got fucked by that bear in that movie. Congrats on your Oscar, Leo.
I hope it didn't hurt too much.
The Revenant, probably still in theaters. Go check it out. Leo gets raped by a bear.
Not our Leo.
No, not Leo.
Not Leo who sent the email.
Leo DiCaprio
Leo
gets
DiCaprio.
fucked in the ass by a bear with a strap on.
That's an episode title.
Yes. I hope to see that when it gets downloaded on Monday morning.
All right, should we do some plugs and get out of here?
Sure.
No, well, we're at 1 hour. And
We haven't plugged anything so far.
No, not so far. We should just tell you.
I have 2 boxes of multigrain Cheerios because it helps me
Kellogg's.
shit. No, it's General Mills dipshit.
Cheerios is.
Yes, General
Oh,
Mills.
that's right. General Mills.
General Mills.
Did General Mills fight for the Union or the Confederacy? You can find the show notes for this episode.
I don't know if you heard the on that one.
If he fought for the Confederacy, he would have been waiting for the Mexicans. I mean, the French. The French
Mexicans.
The French Mexicans. French Mexico.
Rosetta Stone.
My relatives, they come from French Mexico, not French Canada.
What?
You can find the show notes for this episode at clarkwoods.com/hot/87. And if you'd like to
And if you
email
have listened to all 87 episodes, good on you, buddy. Good on you.
if you'd like to correct us on whatever we got wrong this week,
Which was probably a lot.
you can send an email to
And if you're our sponsors, obviously you should send us fucking money.
yes,
all
for
the
all
things
the
that we
free
promoted.
things we did today.
No, we didn't do free. We're
Oh, that's
getting
right. Yeah,
cash for-
you owe us money. We're gonna set with the POs are on their way.
Yeah.
Wait, no, no,
no,
invoices.
invoices. There you
yeah,
go.
Yeah, invoices.
Purchasing order. I'm like, what?
If we got something wrong aside from just mixing up purchase orders and invoices just now, you can shoot us an email.
You can shit us an email.
You can shoot us an email.
Write it in shit and then put it on your wall. Take a photograph of it
and then email it to
us.
hot@clarkwoods.com.
Thank you.
Or you can tweet it at ECC1977 or at Tuesday IS Loser, all one word. It's Tuesday.
Tuesday is loser.
Tuesday is loser. I did it wrong.
That's fine.
I did it wrong.
It's okay. I mean, you people are gonna figure it out.
People are gonna
one of
figure it
these days.
One of these days. One of these days is not like the other. I don't know what that was. I was making up a song.
You did a great job.
Right here on the show. Making up new work.
All right. Well,
New work.
if you're ever in Chicago, go to Garrett Popcorn Shops, a Chicago tradition since 1949. Garrett Popcorn. Sounds like that.